Hey guys, Patrick Wind here and welcome to this training model in which I'm going to show you how to create single image and single video ads. We do this in a very practical way and therefore I've already created a little campaign and ad set in which we're going to create all our prize winning ads. So within this empty campaign, which is a campaign with the objective conversion, so that we can have all the options when it comes to the ad type. On ad set level, I have chosen all placements so that we can have a preview of everything. And within this little folder, there are no ads so far, and we can now create all of them from scratch. So if we have a campaign selected and we have an ad set selected, then we can just click on ad level, create, and it will bring us directly to the right campaign and ad set. Okay, and here we can easily click on continue, and now we can start creating our first single image and single video ads. So it's very easy. So let's say let's call it prize winning ad number 1, and we are going to create a single image ad in this case. Okay, I've already prepared this copy up front with my colleague, and now I can simply come up with the text elements that we can easily apply to all the different parts. So all the text that we have already created up front in a Notes or in a Google Doc or in the Word file or whatever, you can simply copy paste in here, and that's easy. This image is now taken from the asset library here, but it also takes, if you don't give it any image, it takes the first image that's on the website. So if you don't select a specific image, it takes this one, okay? Therefore it pops up right now, even though we have not selected anything. That's of course not super recommendable. I would rather recommend to use a normal image from you. Here you can choose the call to action button, so either shop now, learn more, whatever you prefer. As we're already pretty aggressive here down the funnel, we're saying summer sales, 40% discount, so it's definitely shop now is the adequate one. However, if you would be less aggressive and more branding, more upper funnel, we would rather recommend to use the learn more. So basically it's just, if you're upper funnel, use learn more. If you're attacking new people and branding and for prospecting, use rather learn more. And if you're already down the funnel, so you're coming with discounts, you're being aggressive in your arguments, also like saying shop now even in the copy, then you should definitely use the button shop now here. Okay, and now the last part that's missing is that we simply have to select the image, one of the images that we have already prepared up front, and that's of course very easy. For example, we can select this one, which has a strong focus on the product, which I definitely recommend. And it's already nice, it all looks already good. And now the cool thing, we can have the preview for all the different placements. So for example, we can see how it looks on desktop newsfeed. Nice. We can see how it looks on Instagram feed. We can see how this one actually looks on desktop right column. And we can even see how it looks on Instagram stories. Okay, where it takes the image and then adds the copy. Okay. That's one way we can navigate within the preview. The other way we can navigate is also with these buttons. So this, you see like 2 out of 15, 3 out of 15, 4 out of 15, 5 out of 15, which is basically the same as if you would select it here individual. So these two options have exactly the same way to actually navigate. Okay. What we have already seen is that on Instagram feeds, this kind of imagery is okay, but it doesn't occupy the entire space. So it would be better to actually use a one-on-one image for Instagram, right? And that's easy. So we could either go in here and see how it is already cropped for Facebook, because this image is not long enough. This So you would see that this crop, so here you could also select a different style of how you want to crop it for Facebook. But in this specific case, we should use a different image for Instagram, because this one is simply not one-on-one, and therefore doesn't work for Instagram that nicely. So we should rather use, for example, this one, which is one-on-one. You see, and this one occupies the full space. So the other one was only did only occupy like 2/3 of the screen, and this one takes now the full one. So we can, even in one ad, we could use a different creative for Facebook, okay? And then on Instagram, within the same ad, it uses this image, okay? That's of course recommendable if you have two different formats already prepared up front, okay? So just using two different images is probably not the best way. I would rather recommend to use the same kind of imagery, okay, but just in two different formats. But for example, this one, we could now take easily here and just crop it properly for Facebook, like this. And now this way, it's the same image, but it's just cropped in a different way for Instagram and for example, Facebook desktop newsfeed, okay? So that is already good. And now we can just go ahead and create this ad. Yes, all good, all good. Save to draft. And once this one is created, we can easily take it, duplicate it, and also create a single video ad out of it, which is the same thinking, which works exactly the same way, but we just substitute the creative element of a single image to a video. So we could probably take this one, duplicate it. We duplicate it within the existing campaign, okay? And this one, the existing ad set, duplicate it. And now let's call this number 2. Let's add even video here. And now, easy task, we just switch from image to video, and now we just select the video. Here we have a little labyrinth, so I always like to filter, for example, length, less than 15 seconds. And now all the ones show up that we've already created up front. You could also search for the video name. If you can't find it with the less than 15 seconds, for example, you could search exactly for the video name. So you would go to the asset library, copy paste the exact name of the video, and then filter for it here. You could also filter for example, aspect ratio. Then you can go for the Instagram story videos, for example. However, in this case, we find it easily also this way. So I would like to use this kind of video that we have created for men, okay? And as it is a duplicate of the single image ad that we have created right now, all the text elements like copy, website URL, and headline are taken automatically. So it's very fast. It just takes this nice one-on-one video as another creative element, and it works nicely on the majority of the placements. So for example, on desktop newsfeed, you see how it looks. On Instagram, you see that the one-on-one looks very nicely. The problem is just on right column that is not displayed. Also in Instagram stories, it looks very nicely. And so therefore we can go ahead and publish it. And once it is published, we can easily review it, which is also very important, that you know that you do not have to go into the specific ad all the time when you want to preview it, because I see many people that in order to preview their ad, they click here on edit and then they just preview it here, okay? That's okay, but there's a better way to do it. Like you could select your ad and then click on preview, and then you see it here, okay? That's one option. You could even select all the ads that you want, click on preview. Let's go to mobile newsfeed, and you see 1 out of 2 ads. So it's always the first one is number 1, then the second one is number 2, and you can also preview all of them very fastly like this. Okay, so you can switch between the two different ads. So you have a video ad and we have a single image ad. And now the cool thing, you could even preview this specific ad on your Facebook page. I would recommend to use this one, see post, Facebook post with comments. Okay, so if you click now Facebook post with comments, you will see exactly how this one would actually look in a real-time environment. Okay, and you see how it's actually going to be delivered. You can also do this, of course, with the video ad that we have created, so Facebook post with comments. And you easily see how it actually looks in real life. And this is, of course, better than just clicking here on edit, and then in this little window here on the right, you see the preview. So guys, that was the way how we can fastly create single video and single image ads. Okay, and I hope you enjoyed this one as much as I did, and I'm looking forward to sharing all the even more advanced types of ads and formats in the next videos with you. Thank you very much for listening. Goodbye.